Let's talk about things you can do to raise your energy levels right now. So many people are suffering from low energy, and I used to be one of them until I discovered the electric health model, until I discovered that my body had an electrical system and that my electrical system was primary and that everything else was downstream of that. I tried supplements and elimination diets and yoga, many things, but I was still exhausted, in pain, inflamed, overweight, and crabby. Maybe some of you can relate. And then once I started to understand that the body's electrical system, the rhythms, the flows, the patterns, the continuity of that, and I started to take care of my electrical system, everything changed. I just was on the road for weeks. I was traveling in different time zones and eating strange food and sleeping in strange beds and putting out a lot of energy as a teacher and a presenter. And I got home late on Saturday night. I got up early Sunday morning and helped my son move, carried totes up and down flights of stairs. I'm going to be 57 in a couple weeks. I kept waiting to see if the bottom was going to drop out and if all of that was going to catch up with me, but it hasn't. And it really shows me that I figured something out that is really, really useful. And I have high, clear, focused energy all day long. I sleep great, rinse and repeat. So I want to share with you 3 really simple things that you can start to do right now that are going to help to boost your electric health. So the first one is being able to tell the difference between if something that you are considering doing feels like an it feels uplifting, it feels like it will raise your energy levels, or if something feels like an that it's going to be draining, that it's going to be heavy. Because I've really observed that if we go into something with a feeling of then we tend to have it all the way through. And if we go into something with a feeling of ugh, that's what we get. So you get either drained out or lifted up and strengthened. And a lot of us automatically do things out of guilt, out of obligation, out of habit, and often out of necessity. Right? I've certainly been in places in my life where necessity has dictated that I had no choice but to do a bunch of things. So this isn't about making 100% change from all to all It's probably not possible. But start with little things wherever you can. And if you're feeling into doing something, accepting an invitation, helping with something, whatever it is, maybe it's just cooking dinner tonight. And if it feels like an is there a way that you can either change it to an by reframing it, or bow out of it gracefully, or postpone it, or delegate it, right? Maybe there's an alternative approach that will lead to So start to monitor that. The next thing that you can do is also pretty simple, and that is the awareness of your own voice as a force of energization within your own body. And I'm not talking about toning or singing. I'm just talking about speaking. Many people speak with their voice just in one register, right? If I'm talking like this, my voice is only in my head. It gets kind of boring after a while. You have a whole body to move your voice around in. And the more that you can play with resonating your voice in the lower areas, in your heart area, in your face, you can move your voice around. And it makes you more interesting to listen to for yourself and others, right? So start to pay attention. How am I using my speaking voice? And am I moving it around? Am I keeping it interesting? Am I massaging myself from the inside with my own voice? There's a story about these monks, and a big part of their job at the monastery was to chant. They spent many hours a day chanting, and then they had a new head monk come in, and he thought that was nonsense, that they were chanting all day, and he forbade it. Well, then they all ended up like limp dish rags because they were so accustomed to the stimulating energy of their own voices that without it, they became limp and tired. And so if you want to go beyond your own voice, you can certainly tone, you can certainly sing more, and that will help as well. Okay? But if you don't want to do any of that, just mind your speaking voice. The third thing is to take naps. Many people don't feel at liberty to take naps. Either they can't take a nap or they feel guilty if they're taking a nap. They don't feel productive or what have you. Maybe if you're tired and you're going to go out for a run instead. That's the wrong thing to do. Many people are sleep deficient, and it's important to get a nap in when you can, even if it's just 20 minutes of giving yourself the grace and the space to just drift a little bit. That will help a lot. Okay? And then the bonus factor, we'll go for 4 here, is gratitude. This has had so many studies done on it. There's so much evidence that gratitude is an energizing element to add into our inner landscape. I recently saw a little video clip of someone asking someone, if I gave you $10 million, would you take it? And the person said, well, of course I would take it. What would you say? Well, I'd say thank you for $10 million. And the person said, okay, the only caveat is you're not going to wake up tomorrow morning. And the person was like, oh, no, I don't want it. Right? $10 million. Like, how many millions of dollars would somebody have to give you that you would trade your life for it? And that means that you are attached to life, and that even life might be hard in so many ways. It's very unlikely that if I asked you to give me your life, you would. Okay? Life is a gift. Even all the difficulties are gifts. And the more that you can show up with a grateful heart for whatever life is handing you, the more coherent you'll stay, the more resilient you'll stay. Okay? So let's recap. Choose ah over ugh. Play with your own voice. Take naps if you need to, and practice gratitude, because you really do love life, even if it might not seem that way at times. All right? Okay, well, follow me for more tips on sound, electric health, and what you can do to really achieve your electric potential in this life.